Welcome to another mod review. This time I'm going to review a surprisingly fairly unknown mod. It's called Physical Throwable Chests and Crates Gold Edition. For instance, we can just pick up this table and just kind of topple it over. Man, you interrupted my mod review. Topple it over and have everything kind of, spew out onto the ground. We can pick up chairs. Basically all these static objects like chairs, tables, cabinets, beds, candle stands, stuff like that. And you can actually kind of walk into them to knock them down. So, yeah, it adds kind of a bit of realism, first of all. Second of all, if you're not trying to pick up everything, you won't mess up the interiors. You can sit anywhere now, of course, because you can pull a chair around. If I wanted to sit on the stairs, I could just kind of grab this chair and walk back to the stairs, put it on the stairs. Well, stupid chair. Alright, placing a chair is kind of like placing a book. Really annoying. And here we are, sitting right on the center of the stairs. So that's one of the possibilities. Another possibility, or another good thing about this, is that there's an option in it to set it up so that heavier objects require more effort to move. For instance, this bed. We're not just swinging around like we were the chair. We have to drag it on the ground because it's heavier. Pick up chests and stuff, throw them around. Chests are fairly light, I assume. One more thing that's... yeah, right here. Look at this tapestry when we jump by it. Kind of missed it that time, but I won't this time. I won't unless he gets in my way. It adds cloth physics. That's right, it just makes those react to the... yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier. What it's doing here is it's just adding all these static objects to work with the... what is that engine called? Havoc engine, yeah. So just like clutter and stuff, for instance, you could always pick up these planters.
Traitorous little filcher. How dare you steal from me?
It's funny how fast people overreact to stealing. So if we want to just say Joffrey's right standing here, we just want to topple over this bookcase onto him, or cabinet. We can do so. So there's two parts to this, really. First of all, it can be a realism mod. If you're in a fight, you can actually knock something down with your sword. Oh, and I'm sure someone's going to comment on this. The spell effects for the sword are from a mod that the guy who made Realistic Water made. So you can look that up. I like it. Anyway, back to the mod at hand. Another good thing about this mod is, as far as ruining the game world goes, I've been playing with this for quite a while now, and I've yet to really ruin any interiors just by things getting knocked around. It's not like, sometimes you pick up an item from a table, and everything else on the table just kind of jerks around and then falls over. It doesn't do that. It's not like you walk into an interior and all the tables and chairs and cabinets are going to get slightly displaced enough so that they all kind of fall over, don't look right. It looks perfect until you walk up and you pick one up and knock it over. Now, one small problem is that sometimes when there's a chair that someone instinctively sits in, like always sits in, like for instance Joffrey up there in his chair, you can actually pull the chair out from underneath them and they'll still be just sitting in air, but that's easy to avoid. Yeah, there's one more thing that you can do with this. Let's go to the Imperial City. Cause some havoc in the Imperial City. That's a pun. Let me set it to day. I forgot to say 2. There we go. Alright, you know this ledge up here, it's infamous for letting you, be able to kind of glitch up on top of the roofs here in the Imperial City. If you have a high enough acrobatics, you can jump up on top of that ledge. Well, in case you don't have the acrobatics, you can just take crates now and build yourself a little ramp.
I'm listening.
Kind of reminds me of Half-Life 2, you know? All we need now is a crowbar weapon. And as far as throwing crates and stuff goes, because you can kind of lob them around, you know. I imagine if you were really going to use this to gain an advantage in combat, which is kind of far-fetched, but I might as well throw it out there. NPCs have a slightly hard time walking around it, like for instance right here. So I guess you could kind of stall them for a second if you threw it in front of them, but that's a far-fetch. Let me just kind of get this up on top of here. And I wanted that to be at more of a ramp. More of an angle, you know? There we go. So you can easily just jump on top of anything that you've placed. For some reason I'm having a slightly difficult time doing it there, but anyway. And here we are on top of the ledge, and we have a very low acrobatic skill. So if we really wanted to, we can pick up one of these boxes from over here and use that to get, you know, back over here. You know, that's about it as far as the mod goes. It's pretty simple, but at the same time, it's really nice. You know, you can really just have fun with it for a good amount of time. You'd think it would be in Oblivion from the start, and just to go through all of the objects like that and put them into the game world as physical, movable items is just, I'd imagine it would be a very, very large amount of effort that went into this. And that's what surprises me, is that on the mod page, this mod has almost no views, endorsements, downloads. I mean, no compared to a lot of other ones. It's by the same guy who made the trees that I used to use in some of my earlier videos. I forgot his exact name. I don't want to say because I'd get it wrong, what I remember. And so I'll have the link to this mod in the description, so it'll be really easy just to click over. One other thing I wanted to point out while I'm right here is that he made another mod that adds some shadows to the buildings and such, and objects like the statue and stuff, or like statues, not necessarily that statue, in Anvil, you know, the city of Anvil. And it's not perfect by any means, but it really shows amazing potential that he added, you know, shadows to these buildings and stuff. It looks completely different. You really get used to seeing a world without any shadows. Like, there should be shadows, you know, for this sign and that little, what would that be called? Those bulges. But there's not. There's only shadows on NPCs and stuff. So, I don't know. He really makes some stuff with great potential, especially this mod. I'd check it out if it looks interesting to you. I've been playing with it, like I was saying, and it's yet to really mess up any interiors. It's not like everything gets messed up for good. So whenever you walk into, for instance, the best defense, all the tables won't be smashed around and stuff on the ground, unless you actually pushed them around yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching. One more thing, I just noticed that the God Rays is actually affecting the birds, as you can see. So that's a really nice effect. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.